Hello, welcome to video about speculation. I haven't done one of the video on this topic in 3 or 4 months, if not longer. It's been a long time. One of the common comments I read and hear often when it comes down to New Mutant 98 is it's gonna be the next Hulk 181 because of the popularity of Deadpool. Whether it's true or not, 5, 10 years from now, who knows? Personally, I'm not a fan of Deadpool. Never have, and never will. Well, I can't say never will, but he has not piqued any interest in me whatsoever, regardless. Okay. So you hear that comment, and then the second comment that you hear often is the opposite side, where people will say, "Oh, that book is crazy too expensive because there's so many copies." Okay, it's not rare, all that stuff. Okay, so that's the two train of thoughts that commonly circle around New Mutant 98. And being the way I am, I'm constantly looking at things, and when I read the comic books, I pay a lot of attention to other stuff. I just think it's neat to read the bulletins from Stan, or to read the letter page, or to read other information that even add in books. And one of the things that I stumbled across recently that I thought was very interesting, that would shine into the question of how abundance or how not abundance New Mutant 98 could be. Okay, here is New Mutant 99. Okay, on the letter page of this book, as I flip through it and read the letter, as I always do for just about every book, I'm just curious to see who wrote the letters and what the letter's about. But this section here, okay, once a year you will see a printout of the circulation information of a book. So this book, okay, if you look closely, it say filing date of this report is October 1st, 1990. Okay, so this is October 1st, 1990. New Mutant 98 came out December of 1990. So even though this information was printed in issue 99, the information is a few months earlier when they filed the information. So 2 months before New Mutant 98 came out, okay, as you can see right here, if you look at the data closely, the circulation is increasing compared to previous time. They provided average information. For example, page circulation is, for the previous 12 months, the average is 177,000, almost 178,000. But the single issue closest to the filing date is almost 200,000. Okay, so as you can see, the average for the previous 12 months was 178,000 ish. For those that have this issue, pull it out and take a look for yourself. And then for the most recent issue, which is something that came out, say September of 1990, the page circulation was almost 200,000. So it's safe to say that the number is trending up, but at the same time, it's also safe to say that the likelihood that New Mutant 98, which came out 2 months after this report came out, would have sold 300,000. That's just out of the realm of possibility, because sure, Ralph Liefeld, the popularity of him us catching on, but it's not going to jump 50% 2 months later. It's trending up slowly, which conclude to me that if I had to guess how many paid copies of New Mutant 98s out there, for sure, it gotta be at least 200,000, correct? Okay, so that answers the question of like, what's the estimate of New Mutant 98 is out there? This is one question that, I think would help answer how rare or how abundant that copy is. So if I had to guess, potentially 200 to 220,000 copy of this book was paid circulation. For sure, printed could be 300,000. Who knows how many was printed, right? As you look at the data in here, they printed in 300,000, but the paid circulation is around 200,000 when before New Mutant 98 came out. So I thought that was interesting. So let me know what you think on 200,000 copies. Surely compared to today, in the world of the hobby today, if a book have 200,000 print run, that's a massive hit, right? Sure, it's not Star Wars 1 kind of level of massive success, but today on a month-to-month basis, I don't think outside of the top 5 title you would get this kind of print run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not up to date on today's market. I just know that when you're looking at the top 10, it dropped below 100,000 for the most part the last time I looked. So by today's standard, 200,000 copy or 220,000 copy is a lot. But given the success and popularity of Deadpool, is 200 something thousand copy sufficient to meet the demand, the crave of the fan of Deadpool for the next 10, 20, 30 years? How many copies of Hulk 181 was printed? Okay, I'm not for sure. I think Wolverine is a much bigger character with a bigger fan base. I'm pretty sure Hulk 181 paid circulation is up in that range also, because it's hard to fathom Hulk selling less. But I will keep digging. If I stumble across any information that will shed more light into how many copies of Hulk 181 was printed, I will share with you. I think the continuing rising prices of New Mutant 98 certainly has surprised me over the years. I have mentioned this many times before. I gave away my copy that I bought off the rack years ago. Back then, my copy was around a 9.4-ish. And I think if I had to remember, I think if I were to sell that copy back then on eBay, I don't think it would have fetched even $100. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it would not. That was not the reason why I gave it away. I just didn't care for it. I know a lot of people loved that book at that moment, so I thought it was a neat price to give away. And then I was lucky enough to reacquire that book fairly cheap, so I do have a copy for those that watch my video. And that's it. Where do you think the price of New Mutant 98 is heading? Does it matter if the movie stink or not? Let me know. I like to hear people's thoughts about it. Personally, I don't understand the craze, the fever for Deadpool. And I'm glad that there is a character out there today that fans galvanize around. Just like, Harlequin, I don't get that either, but it's all good. Every generation of collectors and readers need to have fan favorites. It was Wolverine when I was buying book off the rack. So it's good to see, the next generation have another character that they latch onto and love and can't get enough of. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.